This is the Purple mattress, and it looks clean and modern with a stretchy white knit cover that has a subtle sheen. When I press a palm into the surface, it rebounds instantly, and I can faintly feel the grid pattern underneath the fabric. It sits a bit lower than some pillow top beds I've owned, and the corners keep their shape nicely because of the firmer border foam. From my experience, unboxing was simple, though there was a noticeable new mattress smell for the first day or two. That's off-gassing, which is basically the foam releasing trapped factory air and VOCs once it expands. I aired out the room, left the bedding off for a night, and the odor faded quickly. The cover is stretchy on purpose so it moves with the grid, and that's part of why this bed feels so different. Key features that stood out to me over 6 months are the GelFlex Grid, the temperature neutrality, and the quick response. The grid is a rubbery, open, honeycomb-like layer that collapses under sharp pressure but stays supportive under broad pressure. In plain terms, my shoulder and hips sink in just where they need to, while the rest of me feels held up. It's a strange mix that I would describe as squishy and firm at the same time. The first few nights, that sensation was a little odd. I'm an average build person who sleeps mostly on my side and sometimes on my back, and at first I wasn't sure if I'd adapt. After about a week, it started making sense to my body, and the pressure relief clicked. In my opinion, where this mattress clearly wins is temperature. I run warm at night, and memory foam often traps my heat. The Purple feels neutral and even slightly cool at first contact. The grid has open channels that let air move so I don't wake up sweaty. On cooler nights, I just use a slightly warmer comforter and it balances out. If you're a hot sleeper, this is a strong advantage. Motion control is interesting here. When my partner moves, I don't get those sharp jolts you might feel on a bouncy spring bed. The initial impact gets absorbed well. At the same time, the mattress has more bounce than memory foam. It snaps back fast, so I never feel stuck when I roll over. There's a gentle ripple you can notice if you're super sensitive, but in daily use it hasn't woken me up. The blend of low thud with quick rebound is unique. Edge support used to be a sore spot for earlier versions, and that history is all over the internet. The model I sleep on has a firmer foam perimeter. Sitting on the edge to tie shoes still compresses more than a traditional inner spring, but lying near the edge feels stable enough that I'm not worried about sliding off. I wouldn't call the edges rock solid, but they're good enough for how I use the bed. If you've never slept on a grid mattress, here's a simple frame. Memory foam slowly molds to you, which can trap heat and make you feel like you're settling into a nest. The grid behaves like tiny columns that buckle under pointy pressure and stay upright elsewhere. So it contours where you need it and stays buoyant everywhere else. That's why it feels different than anything I had before. I'll keep it real on firmness and body type, because that matters a lot. I'm around average weight, and on my side the bed cradles my shoulder without numbing my arm, which has been a big relief. On my back, my hips sink just a bit while my lower back stays supported. When I try sleeping on my stomach, my hips drop more than I prefer, so I only do short naps that way. If you're significantly heavier, the all-foam base might feel too soft, and I'd consider the hybrid version with coils for extra support. If you're very light and mostly a side sleeper, the grid might feel too firm at first because you may not compress it enough. A plusher pillow or a slightly thicker topper could help, but that changes the direct grid feel. As for daily life stuff, standard deep pocket sheets fit fine, but with very thin sheets, I could faintly sense the grid texture. A quality mattress protector and smooth sheets made that a non-issue. The bed is quiet, zero squeaks. It's heavy to move, so I set it up once and left it. I use a platform base with slats spaced close together, so the grid is fully supported. That's important on this type of mattress. Durability is always the long question with foam and polymers. After 6 months, I see no measurable body impressions, and the surface still rebounds like day one. I rotate the mattress head to foot every month to spread wear. Before buying, I did read mixed stories online about early sagging and tricky warranty claims from some users. I can't speak for every case, but I'm keeping an eye on it over time. If you're worried, make sure your base is solid, use a protector, and understand what the warranty considers a true indentation. Documentation and photos matter for any claim. From my experience, the learning curve is real, but worth it if you match the profile. The pressure relief on my shoulders is the biggest benefit I've felt. I used to wake up stiff. Now I'm getting up looser, and I notice less tingling in my arm. Temperature neutrality is the second big win. I'm not flipping the covers off at 3 a.m. anymore, which used to happen with memory foam. The third thing I didn't expect to like was the bounce. I change positions a lot through the night, and it doesn't fight me. It's perfect for side and back sleepers under about 230 pounds who want a cool, responsive surface without the slow, sinking feel. If you sleep hot, this is an easy shortlist pick. If you're mostly a stomach sleeper or you need an extra firm, flat feel, I'd test it carefully first. Heavier sleepers who love the grid feel might lean toward the hybrid to keep alignment dialed in. I'd recommend this for anyone curious about new sleep tech who has struggled with heat on memory foam and wants pressure relief without losing mobility. In my opinion, the GelFlex Grid lives up to its promise on comfort and cooling. Just set expectations for the unique feel, give yourself a week to adjust, and make sure your foundation is sturdy so you get the support you paid for. In conclusion, the Purple Mattress King has been a strong fit for me after 6 months. The cooling is the standout, the pressure relief is real, motion control is solid, and the edge support is improved enough for my nightly routine. I'm satisfied with how it's holding up so far, and I'll keep rotating it and watching for any changes. If the feel clicks for you, it's a very comfortable way to sleep. If you prefer a classic, firm foam or a traditional spring feel, this won't mimic that. I'll leave the details about the Purple Mattress in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.